important moment that in the middle of a war, an American president comes to Israel. Like, we cannot have on our border a country run by terrorists who want our destruction. They're happy to do humanitarian for humanitarian. Release the hostages and everything will be switched back on. It's a fundamentalist cult and it starts here in Israel. We're only the first stop, and the next stop is any of your countries, Europe, India, and beyond.
Hello and welcome. You're watching One India News. My name is Pankaj Mishra, and we take you straight away to Jerusalem in Israel, where big day is approaching as US President Joe Biden is headed to the war-torn country. Joining me on the broadcast is Fleur Hassan-Nahoum. She is the Deputy Mayor of Jerusalem. Fleur, thank you so much for speaking to us, taking time out. Well, big day tomorrow. But before we come to that, how safe is Jerusalem as of now, as we speak? Because only yesterday we heard some rockets being fired and the Senate had to be cancelled for a while.
That's right. I was here on my computer actually, and we had to run to the bomb shelter because there was a siren in Jerusalem. And I have to reiterate, it's not a very common thing to have
Mhm.
sirens in Jerusalem. And indeed, yesterday, which was the first day of the parliament session, all the parliamentarians had to run to the shelter in the parliament building.
Right. And I presume President Joe Biden is landing there, or does he go to Tel Aviv? What are the preparations?
I don't know his schedule, but in
Mhm.
Jerusalem is the capital, so he'll come here, meet with the prime minister, meet with the president, I'm assuming, and the defense establishment, and of course his own ambassador.
Mhm.
And it will be, yes, a very important moment that in the middle of a war, an
Mhm.
American president comes to Israel. I think that shows the severity of the situation in Israel, but also in the region.
Right. And how is Jerusalem as of now viewing this support from the United States and rest of parts of the world also, as far as this offensive against Hamas is concerned?
I think that we're very pleased that the world understands that what we're dealing here is not with some type of liberation movement, but
Mhm.
with terrorists who want our annihilation, who want our destruction, who have no interest in living side by side with us. They simply want Israel gone. And we cannot have on our border a country run by terrorists who want our destruction. That simply cannot be. We saw by the massacre on
Mhm.
last Saturday week what they are capable of, how little or no humanity these people have. And so Israel has to act decisively, and we will.
Absolutely. One critical aspect that has come out is that Hamas is using the captives as bargaining chips now. And needless to say, this is condemnable. 2011 also, if I'm not wrong, Fleur, one of the Palestinian soldiers had to be freed at that time also, with Palestinian terrorists being released. Do you think this time around the same approach would be there, or some different approach would be there?
The hostages are innocent women, children. We have 5-month-old babies,
Hmm.
85-year-old women, um, injured. This has got nothing to do with a soldier. The last time the captive
Hmm.
was a soldier. These are innocent people. These people should be released immediately with no conditions. It is
Absolutely.
basic war crime what they're doing. God knows how many of them are alive and in which state. And so they should really, if they want to preserve anything of their cause, they should really right now release all the prisoners.
Right. Fleur, you are handling a city as of now, the capital, which must have seen a lot of people coming in from the southern part of Israel to safety, to come to the central part or to the capital city of Israel. How is the city bracing up or holding up?
Well, I have to tell you, I've just come from, we've got a very strong civil society in Jerusalem.
Hmm.
And I've just come from our command center for civil society organizations. And it's so impressive. One floor is full of food supplies, one floor is full of clothing. We're resettling, we're rehousing the evacuees here until they
Hmm.
can go home. We're taking them away from a war zone. We've got 3,000 in the city already. We're going to bring thousands more. And so the city is quiet, tense quiet, but the activity, the volunteerism, the incredible good war efforts that are being done here are unparalleled.
Right. Also, now that the offensive is clearly, full blown from the Israeli side on Gaza, there are voices that are raising the humanitarian aspect of the water and electrical supply being snapped to Gaza. How do you see it?
Well, I think that we're happy to do humanitarian for humanitarian. So they release the hostages and everything will be switched back on. Simple as that. It's in their hands. If they want to
Mhm.
protect their people, all they have to do is release the hostages and then everything will go back. That's what we need now. We need to dismantle the terrorism. We need to bring back our hostages. And again, we've been humanitarian. We've given a warning that we were going to attack northern Gaza so that people, innocents, would not be killed and would have the opportunity to move to another place because we know that the infrastructure is in northern Gaza. We know that they bury it under schools and mosques. They use children as human shields. And so we warned the people directly, leave to the south so that you won't get caught up. I think that's pretty humanitarian. What we need now is them to show a little bit of humanitarianism, return our hostages, and then we can talk about the water and the electricity.
Well, Fleur, one final question before I let you go. How do you think this is going to end up, and how is it going into the history books?
Well, I think it's probably as one of the biggest intelligence disasters in the history books of Israel.
Mhm.
We've had more killed, massacred in one day here since the Holocaust. Um, we've had many wars, but never this many civilian casualties in one day. And so this will be a very dark period in the history of the state of Israel and the Jewish people.
Fleur, Israel has shown a lot of resilience in the past also, and now also it is showing the kind of strength that it has to demonstrate. Your message to the people of Israel and to the people of the world, and then we conclude.
To the people of the world, I say this is not just Israel's war. This is a civilizational clash between people who want to take us back 500 years, fundamentalism with zero rights for anybody, not women, not children, not men, not anybody who's different. It's a fundamentalist cult, and it starts here in Israel. We're only the first stop, and the next stop is any of your countries, Europe, India, and beyond. So stand with Israel, stand for good over evil. People who decapitate and burn babies are evil. There's no excuses, there's no questions.
Well, Fleur, Hassan-Nahoum, Deputy Mayor of Jerusalem, thank you so much for speaking to us. Our prayers, our thoughts are with the people of Israel, India, to extend support and solidarity in this time of crisis for Israel. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.